Okay, abusuya yeba be breaki ede mamo eye A.Markin's police assault eye issue bi a so. Abusuya there is pressure on eye CID boss enye asem keto akra sisi ano eye CID boss a file docket no bibia aye ready asisi a Markins ekwa ho face trial sisi Kevin Taylor ede ehonsem aba betudwa ede amaya all che say Markins no any kwan say offer ne ho edi ewo saa case because lawyer embranim ni a utumi etene wonsa edebo eye police officer that means say eye enida ho na odi ayade no enti no eye say Markins ye jailing no na trial no animanim ya no say office na CID boss no onhwe na chese wanye asem no konebra mama yenko na yenkonko tie ensem a eye Kevin Taylor ede etuja unsubscribe ya subscribe like na share ma afofron so ensa into me enkabi aha Ghana Politics Avenue. So, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that any updates be able drop piano once every to me akabi madam say.
See another story I may say on our side as the minority we are going through some turbulence. We came in with 88 members, but the majority side will not let us have peace. So now we are back to mighty 87. A.Markin say, on the side minority ne die enkoyi na omo ba no mkuta 88 ena ntina na first na okay musa kraman. Sesi ani akwa akutia ba no 88 this what aba 87. Nenso nyame wo ho. Yeah, there you go. MPP for the omajimi o. MPP as a political party, they are very foolish. And anytime I say they are foolish, I am not enyame because every single day they prove to you say they are foolish. There is a political party, almost 87 MPs, 87. Their party as a political party, the leadership of almost parliament, parliamentarians in Pongunyansa say, Sanko no mudi owenim in power, and no more parliament, no. No mudi owenim di omo opposition in parliament. They are still keeping A.Markin, and they expect to say A.Markin will lead them to come and get 190 votes, MPs. And we Jimmy, any serious party, A.Markin, any sa APJ mun come pamu with leadership long time, because A.Markin. So all kind the terminal report and I send the track record and the politics more on any the only majority leader or to me the party free opposition omuluzi seats from 137 to 87. A.Markin, that is his political record. He cannot run away from it. He is the first majority leader or to be leading a whole majority side from 137 to 87. Now more MPP must stand that way. In Ghana politics, no, it will always remember A.Markin as the worst leader in parliament. Okay, the worst parliamentary leader on the side of the NPP. It is a MPP for Niminyansa. And Kasaji Miji komo yine flip enimu hoda data. They would have put a new face. Let me tell you, when the NDC wanted power, it was a very difficult pill to swallow. At a point, they had to do something. Not because Haruna Idrisu is not a good leader. Not because Muntaka is not good. Not because the NDC didn't know what they were doing. It was because they needed the NDC to have a new face in parliament. A new face that will symbolize something. A new face that will send a message to the people of Ghana. A new face that will show preparedness. It does not mean to say, time NDC for Haruna Idrisu, Haruna Idrisu is bad. Haruna Idrisu is corrupt. No, it is strategic. Sometimes, when a team is bad, you don't necessarily have to sit there and say, where they also bow. Strategically, you are like you're a good player, but sit on the bench. A.Markin is a bad communicator. A.Markin brought this party from 137 to 87. Madam Nefona Piejena, the two of Fujineno. Or no, ote parliament, and nananom ena opre ejapadiamo move. The leadership of the NPP Sankomuni Munyansa, and the daily lost power. Because the honest truth is, NDP for AE or say chairman sir, the Afenyo Markin measure. What was the reason? The reason was that or say chairman sir, he wasn't going to, he wasn't going to sustain the numbers. In Tomuka say, you're 137, we want to get more seats. In Tianya day, yen change or say chairman sanyamfa we mra. It is a chairman or say chairman sabons most are born with Jimmy. Namakofa kwa we aba say you don't want the hung parliament. You want to add more numbers to your numbers in parliament. Now your re-election numbers about 87. Why are you still keeping this joker? Why are you still keeping this joker in parliament? Say he is your leader. He lacks no sense. He cannot communicate. He can't dialogue. He's full of himself, very selfish. An individual who does not take anybody's advice. He makes mistakes and sit in the mistakes, shit in the mistakes, sit in the mistakes, and still think he's intelligent. This is a guy who brings nothing to the table. He being at the front of the NPP does not attract right-thinking, honest, neutral people. No. Because this guy's track record is terrible. And yeah, if you're making a court, CJ Tokonuho, I was Supreme Court over in 24 hours, Tokonu sided with him. These are some of the things he did. Ghana forward like you are stupid. You cannot take our judiciary for granted. Into the NPP losing elections, the NPP going out of power, this guy, the little month now or spending as the majority leader in parliament, and then they say party to cry. The party wasn't attractive because Akwawe's actions and utterances, and the gestures and trying to use the courts to overtake the power of the legislature, it made Ghanaians understand that this guy is not the right guy to lead that party. You can see clearly that this guy is just daft. He feels he knows everything, arrogant. Even in opposition, he was still isolating seats. A very selfish leader. He believes to say there are some group of people in the party he has to align himself with. This is a guy who is the lawyer of Kennedy Japan and also a financier of Bawumia. How can he lead the party? This guy cannot lead a political party to win power. Into 87, it is going to drop. Now, the honest truth is, Moko Akwetiano, a dear impact pa na A.Markin as the leader of the minority made when he went there. What impact did he make? Kwasi Ampenyi sa kwa kotiti obi party posters. He's not ripe to lead. He's a backbencher who has to be screaming and making noise. They be and say, shut up. This guy cannot compose himself and lead. This is a guy who slapped a police officer in uniform. He actually punched a police officer in uniform. This guy is not law abiding. This guy has done everything. What makes this guy a leader? A dear example now, we Setiama Ghana. He slapped a policeman who's supposed to protect him as a lawmaker. This guy. We sit in that country and we allow fools to lead fools. And it's an MPP na say, as much as I don't like Oseche Mensa Bonsu, Nyansa Edasa Ajimini Nitim, Akwa we been done it. As much as Oseche Mensa, I don't like him, or a tribal bigot, another very selfish individual. No, Nyansa done it idea politics, and Sajimi Jimmy Afenyo, a been done it. And Afenyo cannot maneuver his way. You think A.Markin can convince anybody on the other side to do his bidding? The only thing he can do is to say, I'll give you money. And when that fails, that's all. When it fails, that's all. So why should a political party that is trying to find itself, that is trying to rebrand itself, that is trying to tell the people that we are not who we used to be, we are a different breed, our face needs to change, why should that political party still have such a callous, arrogant individual leading them in parliament? The party is still the same. Nothing has changed about the NPP in parliament. The face of the party is terrible. Inti Nyansenibia or Ghana Biano will never sit and say, I want A.Markin and give his colleagues power. No, nobody will do that. were Jimmy Bruta, and these are people we sit in Ghana. Now Obia Oya lawmaker, what's in Ediabo police in the Kwasiawe Mimimbuno. He's a fool. He's a fool because what's in Sabo police in Yasum. Me yes, adiero. So A.Markin is a fool who is not supposed to be in parliament. He can take me to any court. A fool like this stretched his hand to hit a law officer, a police officer in uniform. Or Bonasum. Kwasiawe say, or to parliament or yemra. A Kurobian called the jail. A Kurobia ye serious and Kwasiawe called the jail. Yeni so son Kwasiasam so the CID boss not to or sorry, why no nice girl and Kwasiasam not so. This guy is supposed to be standing trial. And the last time I told you the CID boss, as much as I respect you, this fool needs to stand trial. Because if you fail to put this guy before court, then it defeats the purpose of the Ghana Police Service. Say, an institution that is independent and an institution that we can respect, say, protect Ghana for. If the CID boss, you are not able to prosecute this guy, put him before court, then you sitting there, you don't need to sit there. You need to walk out and go sit home. Because the Embra is not supposed to be selective. The law is supposed to apply irrespective of which fool is standing before him or her. So the law is not selective. In Kwasiawe, he actually slapped a police officer. So what are you doing? And this guy needs to face the law. We are not playing again. Oh. We are not fooling again. Oh. When adults fool, we will tell them in their face they are fooling. So CID boss, with all due respect, do not entertain this foolishness. I respect you a lot. I've given you that room. And you told us that investigations are ongoing. We want to know what has happened to that investigations. A lawmaker breaking the law. A lawmaker punching a police officer in the face. A lawmaker in parliament who is leading a group of lawmakers punches a police officer and nothing is happening. Under John Mahama, under Yohonu, under CID boss, what kind of country are we running? And then here to us, what is going on? If I get the opportunity to meet the president, I'll say, Mr. President, you cannot have a lawmaker punch a police officer and tell me you think about the police. Prove to me that you think about the police. The CID boss needs to take this over. He needs to be prosecuted. We need to get to the bottom of this. You cannot tell me you are fighting corruption. Mr. President, you cannot tell me you want to retool the police. You want to help the Ghana Police Service. You want to make the state agency strong. And then a lawmaker punches a police officer and we sit in Ghana and we are speaking grammar. This guy needs to face the law. I have 5 minutes to end tonight's show. The law is the law. Now, won't to me, and so yes, mass lock for Akonifie, won't to me. Efa a year mass lock for Kamunu, mass lock for Akojoma dear. Me say, mass lock for say, a year wound to me, or Casagina or Cobanina, Sana, wafa mass lock for Kamunu Sinifi. Men or say, wound to me, say, we are mass lock for Kam and the mass lock for someone Saka card. It would to me, dear. Bibia ko webe crowd. Or sorry, I know she says Vietnam for la cost to be. Nensana bedruha, none corner de daha. Say, Debia Onyan Hola cost in show. Debia, I say, or nona or swabidie. They say, Bibia ko wana crowd to me. Now, another story ni. Cecilia Dapa and the Menoka say, yes, Cecilia Dapa. Cecilia Dapa. Former Sanitation Minister Cecilia Dapa invited to CID headquarters to answer questions on oral. NTC oral for Afre Cecilia Dapa so ombe answer questions be. Cecilia Dapa de baby Cecilia go be corruption go. Why is it Interplast? Where everywhere water go, Interplast go. Cecilia Dapa on the corruption de bia obu de atrenchie. Cecilia Dapa abrowa besiaba. Oh, sorry, I debi on corruption AD intentenwa. On corruption AD kwa debi. On corruption AD mami odende. Anywhere corruption go, Cecilia Dapa go. Anywhere water go, Interplast go. Cecilia Dapa ya safreno. Ya si ora force ombra. Questions bi ho be yano. Ghana any Accra ayo fin na mami we. Ghana ne Accra ayo fin and we are trying to make sure we clean Ghana no. Nana do danko Akuffo Addo aye ne fuse. Anyanya nchire ebeka kire say he will make Accra the cleanest city in Africa. Ne fu se syndrome. Ebeka sankwa say no omutam sika no mudi Cecilia Dapa and Your friend say ombra na omba dwudwam na yehu eye de course into oral for atom sa afre Cecilia da pass omba dwudwam. Anywhere Cecilia da go the corruption go. Everywhere water go Interplus go. Cecilia da pa no corruption mame. All right, now this is another story. When you edit chat for, I got 4 minutes near upon. Abozegia kasa. And Bawumia say, Mahamudu one eye atasa ohun. Atasa ne Mahamudu, we nyom ho abotra, Kennedy ne Mahamudu, we nyom ho abotra. Na last time Ibusa say, Mahmoud Bawumia, one and a permanent tide man. Bawumia, I tell an even a permanent tide man. Because minim Andrew said, who saw a shatter, they be say chef of what I do say. Minim say shirt no a tricotesu, say a for topu. I am not one and a pamba umian tide, tell an even a pamba umian tide man. One and a pam aquawe, one and a pamba umian tide man. Because a dibio beshebe size boom on Shadia man and Dan Honda. Say the food in the Dian Tro, said dear you. Just say, Debia Buba, maybe I say, I saw a clerk. Debia Buna has a Pentecost clerk be, as I say, the one born clerk. Summary. Oh, sorry, I know a 100 million at Adiashe. A power stream, what power be so true in Ghana, H.U.N. Also, no, one more Ukru, what does a clerk, Pentecost for clerk in Ghana, did question. 1 year Pama going to man. Where a shirt and I say a long sleeve and I say a chef for Tadia. A year do go to get into any Mejana and I say some American go for so with a mumpim be man with Jimmy, mean Tiasie. Because the tailor in a bar ever soon edit tape to and measure. Menya sure say because long sleeves national yini na e betra nensa. Into the I say I say Pentecost clerk be Pentecost clerk I just say na samre into uton to man uto bi man enya na. Samre utela ni into to pam bi ma akoi. De bia no wa address the okoji eye okoji tankers for sika bibi basa wonwan. Minim say and the monto says, the food in Trana say, Edian. And I used to be on Antintra. At the step of my pa, I don't know how my pa, because there be a member piano. I said there's something off. Yes, Kusibuatin tail and a pamata, dear mano. Na Kusibuatin on the more as such a dear, Kusibuatas upon Jireni. And Nuntra. Yes, Kusibuatin tail and in a pamata, dear Bawumia. Now you Kusibuatin her Bawumia, but Kusibuatin, why is a Malcolm standing fan? Why could you know? Also, come Elcoma, or more Toshiba standing fan be ho. I just Kusibuatin, the cathedral. Now, Mamma Jumu, honey and pong. I'm about 2 minutes with the Majum, with that. Into Minjai, oh, bodam. Now, look at this. A year abozege last hour, Mummy found woman and pong with your bending. It was not my fault the NPP lost the 2024 elections. This is clearly stated in both the Mike Okwe and J. Mensa Bunsu report. Bawumia say, "Wouldn't be organized or can santimemu." Me catch them say, "MPP mu obia peso Jimmy Kasa or kana santimemu." Obia peso Jimmy or MPP mu bia e kan kwasi akasa e da nipa no asantimemu no kokano. Oh so okano or say it is clearly stated in both the Mike Okwe report and J. Mensa report. Onim say omo ogina mo nimu asante adanse asokwa e kasa omo nkenkan. Me say, who MPP ni a we Jimmy Osaya Santinia? Now who were what three Cobra three mantam MPP ni no. Na sa MPP no one mantam na obetima pepa de 2 billion di. MPP ni a we Jimmy. Osaya Santini. Me say, oh maybe okojina ka asem no because odim say omo gina nim delegate na omo asantime mu no omo ntumi kan en kron kenkan. Musa dan kwa aka. Omo judu DSS na omo wie. It was me enya me photo and you lose elections no. And so no catch the Ghana for say on any policies here they call election nim. On any year manifesto or they call election nim. On any no assem na Ghana for also mutie to Abamano. Or lose election now catch them say any fault. Na why fault? Asimesi extra manifesto be kind manifesto be 3 hours say nyan say dan trimunie. na no asɛm nie mo first year ne ma no mo nhwɛ ho na mo ma no na nim nyansa yɛntie na no asɛm yɛ ntoma no na nipa de tie wa no asɛm yɛ no mu so wagimi na ɔman to ama wo afɛ na wɔka kyerɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ wo fault enti na mo lose election ɛyɛ hwana fault ɛyɛ hwana fault enti on who steady nkɔfo wɔ yɛ maka kyerɛ wo sɛ Bawumia ɔmumbu asantefoɔ no saa asɛm wɔ ɔken oduru ho a ɔntumi nka wo ɔntumi nka nkyerɛ wonafoɔ hɛ ahunani a ɔkenkan te aseɛ because it is not my fault otu one say oh please you say oh efforts okay also I am sorry my brother I know you are talking when we read the report in fact our constituency chairman brought the report what we find out that it was your fault we the Voltarians we can read and we can write ahunani be kind report let busa questions tani no be kenkan we mu no mo kenkan into agogina dance atokwa uko kind report na why na go kind report no me se hu MPP ni a wagimi a osaye ede asantini a sebio uhu na mantam ne bodan mu uhu one wo wa mantam no deja wo no because san MPP ni na oya asantini a wasa ejimi no se wo gya na obetima tene to bi edi ebi na Bawumia de ye omo no wadwa hey can we tell her yenti ase wo bodam ochina me girem ye badwudwam ama Ghana fo hu no kura no.
Okay, abusua we ne ensema ekọ so ewo political highway ne so eye A.Markin and a Kevin Taylor e gina ne so left right center back or che say NPP for na nkasa no omuni obia obi lead party because o hwe A.Markin obisa one question say time akwatia by elections no ekọ so no asem na A.Markin lead NPP no ekoka kire eye the likes of akwatia people. Ya bada mase se moje pene kokoti sa in some way de mi aha Ghana politics avenue. So don't forget to click on the notification bell so na any updates be a drop biano wonso wonsa ebe to me akabi. Bada mase.